Uncommon Twisteds have a spawn rate of 25 on a given floor. Twisted Brightly Render is a roaming Twisted easily made visible by her red glow, which can be seen even through walls. Reflecting her luminous counterpart, her special ability increases the chance of a blackout occurring on any floor she appears on by re-rolling the blackout chance once if one does not occur. Other than that, if no blackouts happen, you can more easily hide due to her bright light showing where she is. If she does cause a blackout, or a blackout does coincidentally happen when she is here, you can use her light to identify where you should go. If you see it move quickly, she might be chasing someone or heading to a failed machine. Try to help with the former. Twisted Connie Render starts out as a friendly blue apparition, slowly moving from a point of the map to a random machine. Once reaching a machine, she will possess it, and if said machine is completed, the light will change from green to red. Although she can possess uncompleted machines as well. Once she's about to leave, presumably after 10 seconds, the machine's light will flash blue, and she will pop out of the machine. Interacting with a machine while she's possessing will have her pop out prematurely and deal a heart of damage to the player. You can freely get research and tapes from her without activating her, but if she's on a floor, look at the handlebars of every machine to see if it's in a Y shape, or if the light is glowing blue. If either, Twisted Connie is in that machine, and it is recommended to wait it out instead of taking a hit to make her leave. Twisted Fan Render is a roaming Twisted who is easier to track due to the trail of Itcher behind him. When finishing a machine on the same floor as this Twisted, you gain slow ILO slow 3 for 6 seconds. It's best noted you finish the machine closest to the elevator last, as slow 3 can be deadly during panic mode, because it might take you longer to get to the elevator safely. Using speed items and priming machines are great ways to negate this, so try to get as many as you can. Fin can be dangerous under the right circumstances. If there is another fast Twisted or if you're a slow tune, this debuff can put you in heavy danger, especially when you missed a skill check right before or if you're out in the open. Also, when given the slow 3 debuff, you won't be able to outrun or outwalk any Twisted, even if you're playing as Pebble Render. Twisted Razzle and Dazzle Render are a pair fused together, stationary Twisteds that will spawn in a random location on a floor, sitting in an idle state encircled by red, vine-like tendrils. While they are in this idle state, they are harmless and the player can freely walk within their circle, even venturing as close as they'd like to the sitting Twisteds. If a player runs within the circle, their hostile state will activate. Upon spotting a player, they will cause vines to shoot up from the ground underneath the player, stabbing at their feet and causing 1 heart worth of damage. If 15 seconds pass without a player entering the circle during their hostile state, they will return to their idle position. Twisted Razzle and Dazzle requires line of sight with the player to deal damage, so any object or wall between them and the player will prevent them from attacking. However, they do not require line of sight to become hostile, and they will remain hostile for a couple of seconds until they return to their idle state once again. Triggering their hostile state without being in their line of sight does not give tapes. You must be in their line of sight while they are in their hostile state for any period of time to be awarded tapes. If you are in their line of sight while they are hostile, you can quickly exit the circle or break line of sight without taking damage. It is very easy to identify and be cautious when Twisted Razzle and Dazzle's circle is nearby. You might be tempted to run if the circle sticks out of a wall, but doing so is likely to put someone else in danger. This can also become a problem if you're being chased in their circle. Make sure that nobody, including you, will get hurt, then sprint away, safely leaving you and your teammates unharmed. If there's someone else who isn't aware and safe, try to find islands and use speed items to avoid putting your teammates in danger. Additionally, you should also be aware if someone else sprints in the circle, where you will take a hit. Warn others if you're doing a machine in the circle, and make sure that you can hide or escape in time. Twisted Roger Render is a stationary Twisted that will spawn in a random location on a floor. Reflecting the investigative nature of his counterpart, he disguises himself as a fake research capsule to trick players into activating him. Upon player interaction with this fake research capsule, the player will have the purely confused 3 and slow yellow slow 3 debuffs applied to them, and Twisted Roger will spawn out of the ground and begin charging an attack from his magnifying glass eye. After a short charge time, he will shoot a beam from his eye and inflict 1 heart worth of damage to the player. If he does not spot a player for several seconds, he will sink back into the ground and become a fake research capsule once again. Like Twisted Razzle and Dazzle Render, he requires line of sight to attack the player. His attack is also easy to outrange, which will also cause him to lose interest. Twisted Roger's fake research capsule can be easily distinguished from a real research capsule. If there's nothing in the middle of the capsule, or if there are no film strips on the capsule, it is fake. If there are film strips wrapped around the center, it is real. There can only be 1 fake research capsule per floor. If you interact with the fake capsule, immediately sprint and get behind something to avoid the attack. Not sprinting will most likely not let you escape in time. If someone else picks it up, you will not be inflicted with the slowness debuff, so run away. You do not need to hide behind an object. If possible, try continuously getting in and out of his range as a lower stealth tune to save your teammate without taking a hit. Twisted Tegan Render is a roaming Twisted similar to other Twisteds who wander the halls aimlessly. Reflecting her tune counterpart's ability, she will steal 1/4 or 1/8 of your tapes depending on how many you have when she hits you, while also being slightly faster than the average Twisted. She doesn't pose much of a threat, but the additional tape loss can be bad if Dandy Render sells a useful item. If you are playing as Sprout Render, be extra careful to not lose tapes to her, as you can end up losing your chance to heal a critically injured teammate. Twisted Toodles Render is a roaming Twisted that possesses no special abilities. Reflecting her childish counterpart, her attention span is weak, and she can easily lose track of the player. However, she is the 3rd fastest Twisted in the game alongside Twisted Shelly Render and easily one of the biggest threats on any floor. Before Update 0.2.0, Toodles was originally a common Twisted. Make sure to preserve at least 90 stamina so you can run behind an object. Usually if you get behind an object and if she is an okay distance away, you will lose her easily. If you are slow and low on stamina, use items to escape quickly.